What is up, my friends? Let's talk about something I recently discussed in the previous video, and I told y'all I was going to get to the bottom of this in a bit, and that is Ultron. So, of course, major spoilers of what's already happened in WandaVision, and major spoilers of what could actually happen, because we're theorizing here, and it could be true, and then I don't want somebody to come over here and be like, why did you do that? So let's get right into this theory and stuff. So I think many people have already pointed out, why does Sword have Vision's body? And if we see in the video that shows when Wanda goes to break out Vision, he is actually being like operated, whatever. And I talked about in the previous video I did where I was talking about Evan Peters showing up and what that means for the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the future of the MCU, is that when I was looking through the cast on IMDb and all of that, I saw that James Spader was actually credited as a role on WandaVision. And if you don't know who James Spader is, he is the voice of Ultron. Now, first and foremost, my initial thought with this was not that we would see Ultron, but that we would see sort of a reflection of Ultron maybe in Wanda's head, or maybe it would be a flashback to when Wanda and Pietro were with Ultron in Age of Ultron. But now that I see more people talking about the operation table and all of that, and why his sword's still operating on Vision years later after his death, I've come to the conclusion that maybe they are trying to bring Ultron back, and maybe, just maybe, we will get Ultron back. And why would Sword do this? So there's like a couple theories I have. There's some theories out there as well. My first theory is that Sword is just trying to protect the Earth. If you remember Age of Ultron, this is the reason he was created. He was created in order for a moment when the Avengers couldn't handle a big threat. Ultron would be there to handle that, and that was Tony's initial view. Of course, we know that didn't age well, and Ultron went on to become a bigger threat than the Avengers had ever handled up until that point. Now, of course, from Ultron came Vision, and so I think that that is their sort of thinking to this, is maybe we can create the good Ultron from Vision, and that's what they were doing. Of course, Wanda wasn't going to have that because she didn't want Vision to be weaponized. Vision didn't want that, and so then we are where we are. Now, another theory could also be that Sword has been infiltrated by Hydra. As we know, Hydra's roots go deep. They go deep. And for a moment, S.H.I.E.L.D. was compromised. I wouldn't find it unlikely that Sword wasn't compromised as well. And so that's what I'm thinking we're seeing right here. And so that is one of the things, is that maybe the director, whatever, of Sword now is sort of a operative of Hydra. And we do know that Von Strucker is actually going to appear in WandaVision, so we could see maybe a connection to him, to the director of Sword now, in some flashback or something. I mean, that's a possibility there. And of course, I think the final theory, of course, what could be happening is we could be having Agnes, Mephisto, sort of like doing this whole elaborate plan in order for Mephisto to take maybe Vision's body or one of the kids' bodies and still turn Vision into Ultron and sort of manipulate Sword into doing all of this and sort of build a minions of sorts, like how we had the Ultrons that we saw in Avengers Age of Ultron. But I'm going more with the whole, this was something that was planned by Hydra all along, and they were sort of trying to build the next Ultron, not in an effort to sort of protect the world, but sort of use it as a front, but actually weaponize Ultron as well and use it for their own personal gain. Because as you know, with Hydra, you cut off a head, two more show up, or is it three? I don't remember, but it's one of those. And so that's what I think is going on, and I think we're going to be seeing Ultron pretty soon. I definitely am a believer that Ultron needed to keep on coming. I didn't just want to see him be killed off just like that. I loved James Spader as Ultron. I thought he was hilarious and menacing all at the same time, which is something that is very hard to do, I feel. And so I thought that his portrayal of the character was great. So I'm hoping we get more than just a flashback or a sort of like, not reflection, but like a hallucination that she's having. I hope he is there, the real deal. So we're just going to have to see what happens with that, right? Anyways, as always, let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think of Ultron returning? Is that something you would want to see, or is it something you think that just needs to be let go and it's just going to be like a flashback or something like that? I personally, I love Ultron. I would love to see him return, but we're just going to have to wait and see if that's exactly what's going to happen or not. Anyways, let me know what else you want to know about WandaVision. I have a couple other theories. I'm trying to try and post another one or two if I have the time to record it before the next episode, because I feel in the next episode shit's gonna hit the fan and we're gonna start going 60 miles per hour until that finale where everything's gonna change. Still have my fingers crossed that we're gonna get Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield by the end of it. Doctor Strange is happening. I'm just telling you right now, he will be in the finale. But will the Spider-Mans be in the finale as many people are saying, or what is it going to be? Anyways, but what do you think? What do you think is the future of Ultron? Do you think that he definitely deserves a place in the next phase that Marvel has, or not? I do believe that he could be a good threat to the Young Avengers right before they go up against Kang the Conqueror. I do think that he would be a good villain to be such of a stepping stone for them, and then we get to Kang the Conqueror later down the road. I think that would be the greatest like ascend to do for the Young Avengers. But I could also see him just taking on one faction of the Avengers. As I said, I feel like we are going to get like some factions here and there, like West Coast Avengers and all of that. So I could definitely see Ultron being a threat at that level. Not necessarily a threat where you need to get all of the Avengers again. I feel like you are going to be seeing more of these smaller team setups than the entire roster. And Kevin Feige has said this already as well, that it's going to be a while before we get a whole roster movie like Endgame. So I could definitely see that for Ultron's future right there. And I think that that's be the best way for them to handle this character, because I think it's a character that many people liked and would want to see back. As always, that is going to do it for me. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow my Twitter account. I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. We are on the road to 18,000 subscribers. We're less than 30 away. Can we hit that today? I hope so. Anyways, make sure that you also turn on that bell for notifications so you know when a video drops. We got a lot of stuff coming pretty soon, and a lot of videos dropping, so you don't want to miss any of them, and YouTube likes to be funny. So yeah, anyways, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, why don't you go ahead and check out one of the videos on the left. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like, comment, share, make sure that bell is turned on for notifications. That way you don't miss any of the videos I drop, because YouTube likes to be a little funny. But anyways, make sure you're subscribed. As always, stay positive.